Hi, Mark Rogers here. This is step 3 in the website building process. This is on keyword research, and this may be the most critical factor in everything that we do, in that this is where you decide what your topics are going to be for your web pages and where you're going to pull together the keywords for both the titles of your page and the content of your page. This is where you determine that your articles and what's going to be in them is going to be rational and useful to the reader when they arrive, and it's going to be optimized for search engines to be able to find and rank the pages. So very, very important that your keyword research is done thoroughly and correctly, and that goes into writing your articles in a way that will be beneficial to both readers and to the search engines who we need to find that we need to find our websites. In keyword research, your goal here is several-fold here. It's first of all to decide on your website topic. You have to decide on your website topic before you're going to be able to research your keywords. Your website title, what is going to be the title of your website that will go into your domain name. Your title and keywords for your home page, which will be an article in and of itself. And finally, the title and keywords for the home page and 7 more pages, because the goal here is to get through all of this process and have a website that will give you a platform of 8 good, well-written pages to build on and to eventually turn into an income-producing website. So these are your goals, and this is what we'll proceed towards. This is all about finding keywords, keyword research for your website topic and pages. So what you first of all have to understand is that there will be a broad subject for whatever you come up with. Now you may come up with some very narrow niche of something to begin with, but no matter what your niche is, there will be associated with that niche a very broad topic, using the term concrete, and that's just what I'm using as an example. Obviously, I could not compete with the word concrete. There's too much competition for it. It's too broad, but something that I'm familiar with and something I may be expert at or have a great deal of knowledge in may have something to do with concrete. Now I don't, obviously, but this is just for an example for putting together a website and doing the keyword research. So I know something about concrete, but I understand I can't compete with the word concrete with other websites. So what I do know about a great deal and what I work with, we'll say, is not just concrete but concrete countertops. What that does is it gives me what's called a niche. Concrete is a very broad subject within which there are many subjects and niches. In this case, let's say I am somebody who deals with and is expert at making and finishing and installing concrete countertops. So I decide my niche, my website, needs to be built on the subject of concrete countertops. Having decided that, that's what my site will be built around. And by the way, at this point in this video, I'm going through this mind map with you just so you'll have in mind what you're going to be looking at here just very shortly, because when I get done with this mind map presentation this way, I'll go straight into a screen tutorial on how to use the Google AdWords keyword tool to research for all of your keywords and your associated subjects for all of your articles, and that will be on screen in the Google keyword tool that you'll learn that from. So this mind map is just leading into that. This just lets you know what's coming, and so you're kind of in that mindset of being ready for it. So I've decided that concrete countertops will be my niche, and that's what my site will be built around, because that's what I'm actually expert at. I'm not expert at every aspect of concrete in the world, but I am expert at concrete countertops. So I've decided now I'm going to make a site that is centered around concrete countertops. And in researching my keywords, what I've decided is that my web page or my home page and the website subject will be XYZ concrete countertops. So in building a site called XYZ concrete countertops, and let's just say that represents my business, or some XYZ represents some kind of trade name, but XYZ concrete countertops is going to be my website subject, and that will be the title of my home page. So here's what I look for in my keyword research for my home page. I go up and I find my title is going to be XYZ concrete countertops. So concrete countertops is the basic keyword there. What I'm going to be looking for, with the home page subject, title subject, and along with every other article that I build, what I'll be looking for, along with that main keyword that goes in the title, I'll be looking for 3 to 6 associated keyword phrases for content for both my home page and every article. So I'm not just trying to work concrete countertops into my article a dozen times. You can stuff keywords in there too much, and it can get you in trouble with the search engines. But what I'm going to be looking for is concrete countertops, and I'm going to be looking for associated search terms within the keyword tool that relate to and are similar to, but not exactly, concrete countertops. What I found here is concrete countertops cost, concrete kitchen countertops, concrete countertop pictures. Those are 3 associated terms that go along with concrete countertops. All those phrases will be used in my homepage content. So I'll write an article, and again, that's something that exactly how to do these articles in detail is in another video. But what I'll be doing is writing an article with this title, with these keyword phrases worked into the page that I write for the home page. And when I get done with that, I've got a full page of not only the main keyword, but associated phrases that people are looking for, that a search engine could possibly rank me for. So that's what I'm looking for my home page. Now, when you go to the next site page, say the next site page may be how to make concrete countertops. That's related to my broad subject, to my niche topic. It's related to my site title. And now I'm going to build a page here on how to make concrete countertops. So what do? I do the same thing I did for my home page. I've got my title, how to make concrete countertops, and I may have found in the keyword tool that entire phrase is searched for in Google enough times to make it a title all in and of itself. And so what I've done is I've gone then and found some associated keyword terms that making concrete countertops, do-it-yourself or DIY concrete countertops, and concrete countertop supplies. Those are associated terms that will fit in an article on how to make concrete countertops. So I've got my keyword here and a keyword phrase in the title, as well as 3 other keyword phrases that a search engine could possibly crawl and rank me for. So that's the way you basically go through this. And again, right after this mind map here in just a minute, this is going to go into the second part of this video, which will show you in detail how to put this all together, how to use the keyword tool, how to gather the keywords in that assessment tool, and how to sort them all in a spreadsheet and get them ready to build your articles. So in a nutshell, and I'll pull this down to size just a little bit. I'm doing this on a laptop, so that's going to make it kind of small. I'll bring it up just a little bit. Just in a nutshell, these are your goals for your keyword research. It's all about keyword research for your website topic and pages, where you will understand that there is a broad topic, and that within that broad topic there is a niche topic that you will need to uncover to decide what you're going to build a website about. Then you're going to have a specific name for your website, and a specific, maybe it may be a trade name, it may be something else, but XYZ Concrete Countertops is a good example of a trade name along with a niche topic that is also a keyword phrase. That would be the title of my website and the title of my first page, which would be my home page. 3 to 6 associated keyword phrases for the content of that page, and that's how that page is built. And you go on through and you do your keyword research for every one of these pages that you're going to build, which is a total of 8, your home page and 7 more, that will all be built under these conditions. A chief keyword and phrase for your title, 3 to 6 associated phrases, and building your articles with all of this content in them. Putting all that together and then putting that in your website builds your initial website that you'll be ready to build on to create that income producing website that you want to be the eventuality. So having done that, hopefully that kind of prepares you for what you're about to see which is we're going into the Google AdWords keyword tool on screen, and we'll show you just exactly how to use it to discover your topics and your keywords for your website and for your pages. Okay, today we're going to learn how to use the Google AdWords keyword tool to do the research for the web pages on your initial website. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go to Google. If you don't have a Google account already, you need to sign up for one. And to sign up for one, you just go to the Google homepage, search engine, and go up here. There'll be a little sign-in box up here to the right. Click that, and then if you haven't signed up for an account, it'll have up here in the corner, sign up for a new Google account. I'm not going to go through all that, but that's what you'll need to do. And once you sign up for your new Google account, you will then need to join Google AdWords. AdWords is their pay-per-click advertising business, but you do not have to use it, and you do not have to pay anything to sign up for AdWords. It's free. But you will have to have it to use all the features of the keyword tool, which is also free. But you do have to have your AdWords account. So sign up for Google, join AdWords, and then go to the Google keyword tool. And I will show you what that looks like here as soon as I sign into my Google account. This is the Google AdWords keyword, I guess dashboard is the best way to put it. And when you go into the AdWords dashboard, what you're going to go to is Tools and Analysis. And this is where people check the purpose. The purpose of this in Google is for people who are paying for ads to get to come in and check and see what keywords would work for them. But marketers use it also and use it for free. So that's what we're doing right now. What we're going to do is there's several different factors you need to consider here. There are three search types over here: broad, exact, and phrase. For the purposes of what we're doing, we want to stay on exact for determining what you want to do with your initial web pages. Over here there is a little column drop down box, and you can add all kinds of columns here that will give you different data. But what you want to concentrate on for now, particularly if you're in the U.S. and your website subject is going to be about something that is particularly going to be strong in the U.S., then these are the columns that you'll need here. Your keyword, competition will show you whether it's low, medium, or high. Medium and high is what you're going to be looking for as far as the value of the search term. Local monthly searches, which will tell you the approximate number of local searches on Google each month for that search term. The approximate CPC, that's the AdWords cost per click value of the ad. And if you're going to use AdSense, that's important. If you're not, it still gives you an idea of the value of that search term. And then local search trends will tell you kind of how it goes by the year, and you'll see what that means in just a minute. In any case, what you want to do is you want to start with very basic terms that have to do with the subject of your website. And you don't want to make your website broad. You want to make it in a niche. In other words, if you're a bird watcher and you're going to make a site about that, you don't want to make a site on birds. You want to make a site on a niche within bird watching is what you want to do. So, but you can start with very basic search terms. The search term I'm going to use is concrete, because that's basic and it's broad, and I'll show you what I mean here. Let's say I'm somebody who knows a lot about certain types of concrete subjects, and I want to do a website on something that has to do with concrete. Well, I know I can't compete with just the term concrete out there. There's 49,500 searches per month as far as concrete goes. The average CPC here, or the approximate CPC, is 287, which is high for concrete, and so this is not an option. But I do want to get an idea down here of some of the basic search terms, things that people use to search for concrete, and this is what people use to search in Google on a monthly basis for the term concrete. Stamped concrete, mixing concrete, concrete mix ratio. All these terms are typed in at these levels monthly to determine or for people to find what they're looking for. So let's say that I know I can't compete with anything called concrete, but I'm an expert on installing and working with concrete countertops. So I pick a subject over here, not concrete, but the subject of my website is now going to be concrete countertops. So I'm not going to take it here and just go down through here more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this term, concrete countertops, and I'm going to type it in up here. Concrete counter, and then I'm going to do another search because that's the subject of my website. So the first thing I'm going to do, I know what that one does already. There's high competition. There's 18,100 local searches, a decent CPC. So I'm going to check that. That's the subject of my introductory web page, my home page, if you will, on my website, and it's the subject of my website. Now, in writing my first article, just putting the word concrete countertops in there is okay, but what I want to do is I want to make sure that not only am I providing value to the visitor, but that I am maximizing my opportunity for search engines to find my website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my basic term in my initial article, but I'm going to go down here and get some associated terms to put in with that for the chance that I'll rank in Google for some of these other search terms. So so you have to imagine I'm writing an article. I'm going to write an article on concrete countertops. What could I mention in that article that would make sense and be part of that article? Concrete countertops pricing, that doesn't have enough CPC or enough local monthly searches to mess with. Concrete countertop supplies, I could mention that. I could mention concrete kitchen countertops. I could mention do-it-yourself concrete countertops, and I could let's see here, one more. I'm going to do one more. Making concrete countertops. All of those search terms would fit in an article about concrete countertops. Now, you don't want to do more than about 4 to 6 of these associated terms, but this will do right here. Now, once I get those 5 or 6 search terms for my article checked, I'm going to go up here to download, selected, and I'm going to click download a CSV file for Excel. Then I'm going to save that file to my desktop, and it's going to be, I'm going to name it, what else? Concrete countertops. That will be the spreadsheet that will be for my first article and for the home page and subject of my website. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually come in here and insert a couple of, and I'm going to make me a title up here. And that will be my homepage and the subject of my website for this first spreadsheet. Now what I've got here is the subject of my first article and my homepage for my website. So I'm going to highlight that first one. Concrete countertops is the subject. It's the main term. And in this article that I'm writing for my homepage, I'm going to include concrete countertop supplies, concrete kitchen countertops, do-it-yourself concrete, making concrete countertops. All those search terms will be included once in my article. If I write a 1,000-word article, these will be scattered all the way through it. And what this does is it gives me a sensible article that will make sense to searchers. I can write an article that will be of value to visitors, and all of these terms give me a good chance that I'm going to rank in Google for some of them. Now there's not a lot in any of these down here, but collectively you got well over what, 12, 13, 1,400, something like that. So that's very important that you have a basic subject for each article on your website, particularly your homepage, and several associated search terms that will go with that. Now, don't be tempted to use to depend on individual words. You're looking for 3, 4, 5 word combinations that will give you a combined search volume that will be good, and you know that people are using these things to look for these type of terms. Now, what that means is, as time goes on, you've got a much better chance, rather than people finding your website for just this term right here, of finding it for one of these less competitive, but more likely for Google to rank you with, terms right here. And that's the way you'll do with every article on your website. Now, what you want to do is we're going to start your site out with eight pages. So what you'll do is go back into the keyword tool here, and just you can kind of keep scrolling down through here just to see what another good subject might be for the next article. And let's see what we can find down here. How about colored concrete? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up here. Colored concrete will fit within the subject of concrete countertops. So I'm going to do another search for colored concrete and get some associated search terms for that. Again, that one will come up here at the top because it's the one that you typed in first. Competition's high, 1,000 local searches. It's good. Approximate CPC is okay. Now, this is the subject for our next web page, is colored concrete. So you're going to do exactly the same thing you did. You're going to go down through here and try to find some that have a decent number of local searches. I try to do, make sure there's 200 or 300 or more anyway. And I'm going to go down through here, and you can mention colored concrete sealer, stained concrete. You can mention that because that's high, but it certainly has to do with colored concrete. Stained concrete floors would be a good one, and colored stamped concrete. Well, that's too low in search terms. Let's go on down here. Concrete coloring, that's a term that can be used in there. So we've got some more search terms, and we have a basic subject for our web page here. So again, we'll do a download. Selected, and this will be for colored concrete. And again, that will be on my desktop. I'll open this one up here for colored concrete, and again, I have just exactly what I had a minute ago. I have a basic search term, and I have these search terms that will go with my next article. And again, I have what I have here is my next web page. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this where it's easy and well organized. You can either make a folder on your desktop or wherever you want to make it, and put each one of these, save them, and put each one of these spreadsheets in your new folder. And as you do your articles, just pull up the spreadsheet, and you've got your information on it. Or you can go in and just take each one of them and copy, and go to your basic one over here. Whoop. Go to your basic one over here, which is concrete countertops, and paste in the ones that you do. You can paste in the ones that you've done after that one. So what I've done here is I've gone and gotten colored concrete. Excuse me. Jumped in there and gave me double. I've researched colored concrete, so I've got my basic subject here. That'll be a new header within my spreadsheet here. I've got colored concrete. I've got the associated search terms for my next article. And so now in concrete countertops, which is the subject of my website, I have my home page and my next article. So you can do it by putting all these in a new folder and keeping them separate per spreadsheet. But what I like to do is this exact thing right here. That way, as I write each article, because your next assignment, after you get this done, you'll be writing articles. And so when you write articles, you've got the spreadsheet with exactly the articles and exactly the search terms that you're going to use in each one of your articles, and it's all in one spreadsheet that you can just scroll down and look at as you're writing. So as you're writing the first one, you go through here, you get this term, this term, this term, and you've got it done. Do the same thing all the way down. You do that 8 times. And you will complete your spreadsheet. So you can do it either way. You can do it with individual spreadsheets, or you can do it with one, which is the way I like to do it. But however you do it, your next assignment now is to go in, decide what your website is going to be about. The basic thing that it's going to be about, which was concrete for me for this discussion, and then determine what your niche is going to be, which was concrete countertops here. Then decide what your home page is going to be, what search terms will be in it, and then the following 7 articles. Sort all of them, arrange them, and get them ready to write, because after this you'll be writing some articles. So that's your assignment. get your search terms, get your spreadsheet put together, and we'll go on to the next lesson. I'll be talking to you soon.